Africa! This scattering of Africa says she is back. Okay. That was Johnny Clegg and Juluka. And if you don't know Johnny Clegg and Juluka, you're obviously not Southern African. Okay, I spent my teen years dancing to that song, Scatterlings of Africa. Journeying to the end. We're on our way to Belamangwe, where the world began. Yeah, the world began in Belamangwe. You just didn't know it. And everybody, and we are scatterlings of Africa. Each and every one. Yes, we are. Johnny Clegg is one of our white Bantus. And we want to thank him for enhancing our continuum, brightening it, giving it light, love, knowledge, and keeping us rooted to our culture, in this case, Zulu culture. At the same time, I want to thank my sister, Charlize Theron Donkey, my sister Donkey, for doing exactly the same thing as Johnny Clegg. We are a people who are more because you are. Okay. Having paid tribute to all my Caucasian siblings who every day in Bantu territories bring something amazing, something full of light and love and devotion to the culture and the people. I thank you. I know we usually don't talk about you all, but I will talk about you all. Okay. Alrighty, so today's reading is on Chris Brown. This is what I call an explorative reading. Okay. Today's date is 27 May, the year of our Lord 2019. And I have been away for a little while because I am editing my novel. It's due for publishing in the US sometime this year. I don't know when. And every time I read my work over and over, I always think it's so stupid and there's so many mistakes and I'm an idiot and I can't write. So it takes me forever. I hate editing, people, but my life purpose is writing. I am a storyteller. That's my purpose in life. Everybody asks me that question. What's my purpose in my readings? My purpose, I'm a writer, so it's taking me time. But on top of that, also, I am exhausted. I don't want to lie. I am preparing for my rituals in Africa, and we start 6 weeks in advance, and they are killing me, right? All I'm going to do in Africa are the last parts of the rituals. They are really, really killing me. People don't get how much energy is used on what witch doctors do. But I am going to do a video on that, hopefully today, to kind of let you all see what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about my readings in the video, how I do my readings and stuff like that, hopefully. And then I just, when things get a lot, I just have to drop something. So, of course, I dropped my YouTube, but that doesn't mean I don't care about you guys. That doesn't mean I don't love you. I think about you all the time, and I always want to share shit with you. And talking about sharing shit with you, I did do a reading on Trey songs. My ancestors then cut it off before I finished, so I couldn't put it online because they didn't even want that. They just don't like Trey. Tell the truth and shame the devil. They don't like the soul that is Trey songs, and they didn't want it in their continuum. So bottom line, and I can share this with you, they just gave me like a window period, like 30 seconds. Bottom line is that Trey Songz and his baby mama have known each other for a very, very, very long time. It appears that a lot of money came from Trey to her when she was younger. We're talking about when she was really young. We're talking about 11, 12, 13. And it was nothing nasty, people. It seems like he sort of adopted a kid. He was sort of taking financially. he was sort of taking care of a kid. Maybe he takes care of a lot of people like that, you know. He was sort of taking care of this kid, and this evolved into a sexual relationship, and a baby was made. The baby was planned. That's what we saw in the shells, more by him than her. He is very controlling of this female. He controls her a great deal. She's also younger than him. She's in awe of him, and she says he's her family, because she's known him since she was, like I said, very young, and he was financially supporting her. And he felt like she should give him a baby because he has given her a lot of money and he wanted a child. So she did it because she loves him, but there was no love of a man and a woman to it. You know, not that kind of love of kind of love between a man and a woman. More like, I really love my uncle and I really love my niece. On that note, my ancestor said, no, we're done with this dude. We're never gonna do him again. But that's all I got. So I am asking all the other metaphysical practitioners out there to enlighten us all on this issue, because my ancestors are not gonna touch it. It was a little murky for us. It had I'm trying not to say something they won't allow me to say. Then I have to edit this shit, okay? It was... Okay, they said I should say good luck to her and her relationship with Trey, because it is a relationship, because what we got was a circle. So we got that they will always be together, and we did see that another child was going to follow. Okay, we saw that another child is going to follow this one. They just know each other too well, and yeah, they're really editing me right now. My ancestors are really editing a bitch. They're like, okay. So anyway, we're moving on. They really don't like Trey songs. They really don't. They like literally pulled out their spears and shit. Like okay. Done like yesterday. Alrighty, so we're moving on. We're moving on to Chris Brown, Oprah Winfrey, or Tina Davis. We're any of them. The sugar mamas. This is highly likely going to be a very, very short reading, because this is what I call an exploratory reading, an experimental reading, right? Because we are going by someone's word, right? And we don't really know this to be true. But I think I'm going to be doing some exploratory readings today, right? Remember that we're exploring because we are scientists. Before we begin exploring, let me just say, metaphysical science is what this is. There is no physical proof of its existence yet. Okay? But in 100 years, I will be famous. Okay, because they would have found metaphysical proof, and people like me and all the other metaphysical scientists will be vindicated. Alrighty. But right now, we are doing this for entertainment purposes only. And we are really going to be entertained, girls. Yes, we are. Okay. So I am calling Chris first And then I'm going to do like a general reading on where he is right now. Especially with his rape case, which is weird, it's ugly head. Because you guys should know that he has been recalled back to France. The French think that he does have a case to answer, but they are going to follow their rules and regulations. You see, I still haven't learned how to use my new camera, but I'm getting there because I needed a remote control for it. That way I could turn it off while I'm sitting. I got the remote control. Now I just have to now teach myself how to use the goddamn remote control. Okay. Anyway, the French police now says there is a case for Chris Brown to answer. When I decided to do the Chris Brown and Oprah Winfrey, that wasn't on the table, but now it is on the table because the French police said he has a case to answer. So they are asking him to come and face his victim. As is according to French law, you can face your victim across the table, and you and your victim can talk while I guess the lawyers are listening. And Chris has been summoned legally back to France because Miss Algeria, she's an African. She's an African. Miss Algeria she's an African Arab. Okay? Algeria. It's got African Arabs. She's an African Arab. So Miss Algeria has proven her case, and he is being summoned to sit across from her and talk to her. Now, deep inside my heart, I am hoping that Chris will just pay her and be done with it. But we'll see. So anyway, I'm going to do a quick reading on the general mess of Chris, right? And then after that, I'm going to go into were these women his sugar mamas or not? And then hopefully we will have been happily entertained. Chris. I hate to say it, but a drug addict has walked into this plate. Those of you who have had readings from me, you know I'm very brutal like that. I know some of you ended up hating a bitch, but who cares? I think truth sets you free. First, it pisses you off, then you hate the person who says it. But then at the end of the day, it sets you free. Right? And money is very important to me, but you are more important to me. Okay? I'm not going to allow you to be a prisoner of lies while I'm here. Then I won't be doing my job then, you know. But the good thing is that your souls are not the ones who are lying. I'm just deciding to say it the way they are saying it. But then I will do that in another video. This is the thing though. A drug addict has walked into this plate. As you can see, I'm exhausted, so I'm scattered. Go with it. Go with it. Okay. Go with it. Okay, so a drug addict has walked into this plate, and it makes me very sad. A very hardworking and a genius and a drug addict. He has walked into this plate. He couldn't care less about what's going on in France. He couldn't care less. He is confident that he will win this because he completely believes he didn't rape the girl. He's literally saying that. He didn't rape Miss Algeria. He didn't. So he's confident. Whether he is going or not, he's still thinking about it as we take him out of this place and put him on our board. Welcome to the Bantu board, Chris. Okay. Alrighty, first I gotta check out. Okay. Chris has got a very, 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 very fascinating spread, people. He really does. I'm impressed. He's got, can you see this? Okay. He's got a triangle. He's got nothing but triangles on this board. And another triangle. That's why I moved that other one right back there. And another triangle. Okay. To begin with, this man has a very busy life. He works hard like we saw before. He has a very busy life. He is strangely very isolated on his own. Okay? He's very, very isolated. He is me, myself, and I. He's in a relationship with the bitch he doesn't care for, and the bitch doesn't care for him. She's doing it for publicity. I don't know who she is. I don't keep up with that rubbish. But she is with him for publicity. She wants to be known. She wants to be famous. He's like a job to her. And he is not caring. He couldn't care less. He's not fooled by her. He couldn't care less. He's gonna take what he can get and move on, which isn't much. This relationship has very little sex in it because Chris is cold towards this hoe. He's very cold towards her. He is looking towards another female from his past who no longer loves him. She is in a relationship with someone who really loves her, but she doesn't love him. I am going to say this is Rihanna. For some reason, Chris at this point misses this bitch. Okay, he misses my girl. So his whole focus and attention is on her. He wants to talk to her. He wants to reach out. He wants the past. But she is not having it. She has this man whom she's not in love with either. Okay? Now I'm going to move this back to where it came from because this is another very fascinating triangle. Okay, there is another female. That's why I said it's fascinating triangle. Right? An older female. See, I moved it right back. From his past. Who is loving on him and worrying about him. Right? It's not his mom because his mom, this is her, she sort of turned her back on the situation and on her son. They are not getting along. She's turned her back on her son and on the situation. They are not getting along. This could be baby mama because I believe baby mama is older, right? She's older, right? She is very concerned, very loving. She wants to hold him up, but he's not paying attention to her. She wants to tell him everything is going to be okay, that it's all good and it's all roses, but he's not paying attention to her. He is just focused on this female who no longer loves him, who is in a relationship with a man she doesn't love, who is looking, she's on the lookout for something new, right? He's focused on her. He misses her terribly at this point. I think she used to be his rock in situations and circumstances such as this. He agrees. Thank you. He agrees she was his rock, and now he doesn't have that rock anymore. Okay. Now, in regards to his career, this guy was born to be famous. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. This guy was born to be famous, no matter what we say, because this career is gonna keep flying higher and higher and higher and higher, no matter what he does. If he sneezes, it will make him extra famous. If he jogs, it will make him extra famous. I believe I'm looking at a Michael Jackson icon here. Yeah. Yes. However, he no longer loves what he does. He hates it. He's jaded. He's done. He no longer loves. He's not tired because this guy is genetically a hard worker. He's not tired. He's genetically a hard worker. But he's done. He is done. He used to love what he did, and I'm sure he will love it again, but he's not loving it now. And when I put my hand over it, it is because of the drugs. He has turned a page where it's no longer just partying for fun, and it has become I need drugs to wake up. He's disillusioned, he's miserable, he's unhappy, he's lonely. That's very fascinating because the loneliness is momentary, people, because this guy doesn't need a woman to feel unlonely. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't need a woman. He's a guy's guy, and he has his friends. And These two shells also represent his friends. They can't reach him right now. They're trying to reach him. They can't. They're working hard trying to reach him. They can't because he's lost in his head and he's lost in the chemicals. Okay. Alrighty, so this is Chris I'm asking the question, are you gonna go to France? He says yes, maybe. That doesn't mean shit. So let's say he hasn't yet made up his mind whether he's gonna go to France and talk to this girl. But do you guys want to hear something really interesting while I have my hand over his shell? He doesn't remember the bitch. Oh my god. This guy has a court case of rape and he doesn't remember his so-called victim. I mean, he says, I don't remember her. He doesn't. He doesn't remember her. It's shocking. He says he pays people to remember those things for him. He doesn't remember her. Okay. So anyway, let's go into... I can't believe it. This is shocking. This is like... Wow. He doesn't remember. Okay. So anyway, let's now go into Chris and Oprah Winfrey. Okay. Chris. Oprah Winfrey. Chris. Oprah. Okay. Now you all know I'm an Oprah fan. Okay. I am an Oprah fan. But the soul that has walked into this plate, okay, is of a very fat, greedy, like I want it all. It's all mine. You can't have any. Do you know the type that fights for food and snatches it from the hand of a child and the hand of anybody and then they stuff themselves down? That's the soul that has walked into this plate. A very unpleasant, ugly, greedy, selfish soul. I'm very surprised. Okay. Yeah. Guys and dolls. Meet Oprah. She is about snatching from others. She will eat and eat alone. She pretends to give but gives very little. She has learned the how to manipulate. She has learned how to manipulate and how to cover and how to fake it. She is an unpleasant individual. I think in person, one may not like her. Okay. And so these are the two. Okay, this is Oprah, this is Chris. And I can tell you, there was no relationship of that nature between these two people. And I'm very disappointed. Okay, they have no love for each other. They don't give a fuck about each other. They are about themselves. He is about himself and she is about herself, right? She has a person. Oh, this is Stedman. Oh, for goodness sake. This is Stedman. smaller in stature than she is, because she's a big kahuna, smaller in stature, loves her to death, will never leave her. This is Stedman. This is Gail. Looks up to her. Okay? Feels she learns from her. But there is no real love here. It's a case of I gotta hang on to Oprah no matter what. She's hanging on. Hanging on. Then there is this other person here who the fuck are you? Some kind of family member, a female, who used to really think that Oprah was the shit that walks and talks, and now who can't stand her, and there is distance between the two of them. She's on the periphery. They don't give a fuck about each other, but they are blood related. It's a female in her 50s. She really tried very hard to be in Oprah's world. It didn't work. Oprah cut her off. Okay. She does have love. And as you can see, her shells are very, very busy and concentrated. She does have those who care for her, but most of the, and just as many people, not most, just as many people who are there for what she can do for them. Okay. Oprah's triangles make a weird kind of a weird kind of triangle that is pointing straight to the left. The woman still has a lot to say and do. Even though she's slowing down into retirement, she still has a lot to say and do, and she will always hold a very important place in the media. Like if she sneezes, we're gonna hear about it, right? She, on the other hand, and this is Oprah to everybody and everything, she has no love in her heart for anyone. I hear except her dogs. Well, yeah, I love my dogs too. I love my dogs more than some people. Yeah, she really genuinely loves her dogs, but she has no love for anyone. She does what she thinks is gonna make her look good and increase her bottom line. And she doesn't give a fuck. She is ruthless in taking. In the meantime, though, let's get to the most interesting part, because I do see that there was a woman who approached Oprah on behalf of Chris. Yeah, here she is. She didn't approach Oprah per se. She approached her people, right? She approached her people to talk about Chris in this situation right here in the Rihanna beatings. And she told them how much Chris and Rihanna really loved each other. She sold the story that Chris and Rihanna really, 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 really loved each other. Okay, and Oprah's people bought it. So basically, these shells are telling me that Oprah had absolutely nothing to do with Chris except just run the stories. Alright, that's what we're getting here, and that's freaking heartbreaking. So yeah, Oprah was not Chris's sugar mama. We better come up with other names. Now let me do Tina Davis, because everybody has given me Tina Davis, and then after that we will ask Chris himself if he did have a sugar mama. Chris. Okay, so Chris does have a relationship with this soul that I'm about to call next, because with Oprah, he didn't do anything. With this one, he skipped into the plate. He started acting childish, like a little boy, like immature. He's telling me he met this female when he was very young. Okay, basically, that's what his soul is telling me. He was very young when he met this Tina person, right? Okay, now let's call this Tina Davis. You know, I should have looked for her picture or something, but who gives a fuck? Here we go. Tina. Tina. This is a very sneaky, calculating, ruthless female. She wants what she wants, how she wants it, when she wants it, and she slays. I have got no, she slays. She is, I don't know about her because I haven't seen her, but she really thinks she's beautiful, and I'm asking if it is true from others. If they, if I'm asking my ancestors if other souls think she's beautiful too, because that kind of helps. And my ancestors are saying yes. Okay, so she is considered a people person, very sociable, very nice, very loving, very giving, goes out of her way for others. By those she shares the human experience with. She's adored. So that translates to beautiful, right? She only does this, though, for the ones that she really loves. For the ones that she doesn't. She says she knows the game. Oh, yeah, she's talking. So she's a talker, too. She says, yes, I'm a talker. I make a living out of talking. So she says, I know the game. I know how to play it. I know know things. I know people. I'm good at what I do. And she just said it. No, I wasn't Chris's lover. She's denying it. I'm not his sugar mama. Okay. Now let's see if it's true. I really like doing this exploratory shit. Oh yeah, it's true. But this is the fascinating part. In this spread, Tina is to the left. Chris is to the right. So Tina guided Chris. I don't know anything about Tina. I just picked the name right from my comments, from your guys' comments. Tina, I don't know anything. Tina guided Chris. Okay. She was responsible for his career. And she made the career big. I don't know if she is still his manager, because there seems to be like a split here. Maybe, there's a split. She made him big, but there's a split, right? Like there's a split. That's all I can say. So I don't know what happened there, but there is a split. But she is in his future too. She's right here in his future. So maybe they still have business together, right? These two people do not care for each other. But no doubt she carries Chris. Is like on her back. And she's saying, my baby. And he carries Chris. She was Chris's mother's friend. This Tina person, she is Chris's mother's friend, because this is his mama. And the three of them are making a triangle. She is his mama's friend. And maybe she carries Chris. She has she is. Yeah, she helped make him who he is, and he relies on her. But lately they haven't been talking, which makes sense because there's like a break in this relationship. They haven't been talking that much. But she's not bothered about it. She seems to be busy. She has other things she wants to do. She's looking into the horizon. She's got places to go. No, this relationship was basically about money. Okay, so now I'm going to ask Chris if he did have a sugar mama. Yeah. Chris. Did you have a sugar mama? Did you have a sugar mama? Okay. And we're going to accept the answer that we get. No, we're not. I'm going to ask it 10 times. Okay. Okay, let me move this so that you can all see this triangle. In the past, he did. Yes, he agrees that he did. There was a sugar mama in the past, and he was very close to her. This is her. He was very close. He looked up to her, and she gave him everything he wanted. There was someone who really hated the relationship and who watched out for it but did nothing to stop it. So they were watching but they did nothing to stop it. When I put my hand over, I was thinking maybe it was his mom. No, this was a man who tried but not hard enough to stop the relationship. But yes, he did have a sugar mama. Okay. What was your sugar mama like? Maybe if we start with that, we'll be able to catch her. What was your sugar mama like? What was your sugar mama like? Six, seven. I just hate getting answers this way. Okay. She was a very cold individual with clout. She had a lot of business clout. And she wasn't popular. People don't like her. People didn't like her then. People don't like her now. Not popular. Bitch ain't popular. But she had power. She could make things happen. You know, if she said something, she could make shit happen, basically. She's very, well, wealthy. There is money on this board. She's very wealthy. How old are you right now? Because let me find out. She's in her 60s. So we're looking for a woman who's 66, 65. So my bestie wasn't wrong about fingering Oprah. She's in her 60s. And interestingly enough, she has the same personality as my idol. She wants it all. She will take it from you. She will grab it. She will eat while you go hungry. She has that. I'm not sure she's black, people. I'm not sure. I'm definitely getting Caucasian or Hispanic. One of the two. Caucasian or Hispanic. Yeah. Or she just said to me, you're never going to find me because I'm never in the media. I have too much money to be in the goddamn media. But I found you right now. I may not know your name, but this is exploratory. Some other metaphysical scientist will pick up on this because we put it in the air and they'll run with it, So, yeah. So she's the wife, or was the wife, is the wife of a big record industry kahuna. She is the wife. Okay? She's the wife. So, because I don't want to go on and on, she's very unpleasant to me. My ancestors right now are not doing unpleasant souls. She is, she's the wife. And she came by way of his mother. His mother socialized with her so that she could take her son under her wing. Okay. Did his mama know you were like that? She says, no, that's not something you advertise. This woman is definitely Caucasian, people. She not only looks Caucasian to me, yeah, not Hispanic, maybe. I'm not good. Maybe she could be Hispanic. I don't know. But she's definitely, I'm getting Caucasian. This woman is Caucasian. Chris still cares for her, though. That's him. He still cares for her, and they still kind of talk. So she's not quite out of his life. Okay. Well, exploring something shouldn't go too far. We are Africans. We are very afraid of being bitten by lions. Talking about that, guys, I saw because I've been watching videos about lions, and I was watching this video of this lion. You know, lions have prides and shit like that. And these two kid lions ran away from their pride to go check out the pride from across the river. Now that's supposed to be a very dangerous thing to do, right? So the two young lions, or three, they get across the river, and guess who they see there? Their dad chilling, right, with the two lionesses that own that pride, and the kids were rubbing on their dad, and it hit them, and it hit me too at the same time. I was so stunned. I said, that motherfucker has been cheating. The motherfucker was cheating on his 3 wives on that side of the river with 8 children, with 2 women, 2 lionesses, and 4 children. Literally, he was cheating, and I said, "What's the?" There's no hope for the female if a lion is cheating. If a lion has got a family on one side of the river and another one on the other side of the river, there is absolutely no hope for us, guys. And even worse, these female lionesses, they're wagging their tails and their asses in front of this male lion, finally gets his attention. He jumps on them. It's a 30-second fuck. No joke. And I said, how human. How fucking human. 30-second fuck. Okay, on that note, bye, people. On to next video.